Well, good afternoon. It's an honor for me to be here with you today. You know, life is filled with unexpected challenges, moments that can shake us to our core. And feeling as though the world has spun out of control, and whether it's a personal crisis or a global pandemic or an unforeseen life event, we're often thrust into situations that we did not anticipate. Just like now, as I stand here with you today, in Florida, my parents are going through a horrendous hurricane, Hurricane Milton. You probably have heard this. It wreaked havoc across Florida. Now, while we don't control the events that happen to us, there's one thing that we could do, and that is how we respond to that event. And for me, you know, that response was shaped by one singular force, and that is education. The transformative power of education. Let me go back a little bit. So today, as I stand in front of you, I want to share a personal story about myself. And it's not about just me, but it's about the transformative power of education, how it affects and impacts my life, moving me from a state of mere survival to a condition where I can truly thrive. So education is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's really about empowerment. And it's also, to me, it's that light that guides us from darkness into a future filled with endless possibilities. So to truly understand what this means, I'd like to invite you onto a journey with me to a time when I was 8 years old. During the Khmer Rouge, most of you may have heard about this. During the Khmer Rouge, between 1975 to 1979, Cambodia as a country went through a horrendous, darkest period in the country's history. During that time, approximately 2 to 3 million people perished. Why? Because during that time, these 2 to 3 million people, they represent a generation of educators. They were seen as a threat to the dictator called Pol Pot. Now, so imagine this. To put this into perspective, that represents 25% of the country's population, Cambodia's population in 1975. Imagine 25% of Singaporean disappear over a 4-year period. It's nuts. And so during that time, I was 8 years old. I was just old enough to be forcibly taken away from my parents and go into a labor camp. Now, at that age, I wasn't thinking about my future or my ambition. You know, my role at that time was reduced to one single goal, and that is survival. You know, every day was a struggle, and my only thought as an 8-year-old was, how do I make it my way back to my parents? I can still remember the feeling of walking through the jungle of Cambodia. You know, it's sneaking out of that camp in the dark of night to avoid detection. And going through that jungle is filled with multiple threats. Snakes, wild animals, and yes, even the Khmer Rouge soldier who roam around the jungle all the time. But even with all those threats, it didn't matter to me because my determination, my drive to be with my parents override any other logical thinking. And this went on for several years. You know, looking back now, I can't imagine, as a parent of 3 children, I can't imagine my own kids going through that experience. And that labor camp has made an indelible imprint into who I am today. So, but even in those darkest moments, something began to change. I realized that survival, while essential, is not enough. I needed something more. I needed a way out. I needed something better. You know, that realization was the beginning of my journey, personal journey, for this little boy going from the rice paddy of Cambodia to the corporate boardroom of corporate America. I took that picture in 2008 when I took my own kids children to Cambodia. That little boy over there on the left, that was me. In that photo, it was taken, the only photo that I have, that was taken in a camp in Thailand in 1979 when we escaped Cambodia. That lady there at the left, that's my mother, and that's my dad. So, you know, that has put an indelible imprint on me moving forward. So looking back, education was the key that unlocked a world of possibilities for me, and I have my mother to thank for. My mother instilled a sense of, she planted the seeds of belief in me. So despite our dire circumstances, she instilled in me the value of learning and the idea that education was more than just schooling. It was a pathway to freedom. So, but it also gave me the ability to dream again. It allowed me to go beyond the narrow confines of what in my situations back then, where it allows me to build a future where I not only live but can thrive. So what I eventually came to understand is that education was not just a personal means of growth. It was a tool that transformed me and my entire life, and my family as well. It carried me from a refugee, unsure of my place in this world, to a place where I can sit on a table with corporations, corporate leaders, making decisions that would impact other people's lives. So essentially, education enables me to transcend my circumstances. But that journey wasn't just about my own determination. I didn't get to where I am myself. There are countless multiple organizations that have helped me along the way to allow me to go from that rice paddy in Cambodia to starting a brand new life in the United States. So, and today, what two organizations come to my mind that embodies that. First, Tanglin Trust School. Second, Choing for Cambodia. TTS enables world-class education to ensure that all the kids here are set up for success. Choing for Cambodia focuses on the children of Cambodia to make sure that they have the tools to break that poverty cycle so that they can have a better life, not only for themselves, their family, but also the communities. So breaking that poverty cycle is key. I'm one of those kids. I benefited from the transformative power of education. That's why I'm here today. it planted the seeds of opportunities that grow into futures filled with hope. And to be honest with you, hope is the one thing that pushes us all to do things beyond our expectation. So I see myself in the children that these two organizations serves. You know, I know firsthand the difference education can make. You know, without education, I might be still struggling to survive, but with it, I stand before you today. So, there's a saying, to whom much is given, much is required. It originated from the Bible, but John F. Kennedy echoed this in his presidential inauguration speech in the 1960s. This is a principle that is near and dear to my heart. Why? Because I was given a second chance in life. And I didn't just survive those early years. I was given the tools to thrive. And with that second chance, to me, it comes with a profound responsibility to give back. So that is why I am so committed to giving back, particularly in the area of education. I believe that when we're able to benefit from this, pay it forward is a critical obligation that we have as an individual and as a family. So through education, we can empower the next generation, just like what TTS is doing right now. You know, to become leaders, problem solvers, and even agents of change themselves. That's why I'm dedicating my time and energy to advocating for education, not only because of what I've been through, but because I know that it's power to change lives of others. You know, you have the power to make a difference. So as I conclude, I want to leave a couple of thoughts. I want to leave a questions with you, a couple of thoughts with you. How has education changed your life? Think about the doors it has opened for you, the opportunities it has given you, and the way it has allowed you to thrive. Now, think about all the children in the world who don't have access to that same opportunity. You can make a difference. You have the power to make that change. Education has shaped my life. Think about the doors it has opened for you. So through advocacy, donations, or simply even just raising awareness, each of us can make a difference. You can help plant the seeds of opportunities and ensure that more children move from a place of survival to a place where they can thrive. It's so awesome to see the young speakers here today. They are the future generation leaders, and I can see they're already thriving already. So together, we can create a world where every single child has a chance to achieve their dreams and contribute to a better future. So remember, you have the power to make a difference. You know, and I invite you to consider that. Thank you very much. Samarkand.